Welcome to Intellicide.
The Dogecoin edition.
Yeah, the Doge. Look at Doge right there.
Buy my coins.
So what are your thoughts, man, about this cryptocurrency craze that's going on?
Well, it's an interesting thing because I find a lot of people, the problem that people had with the monetary system we have right now is that they got away from the gold standard, right? They like the idea of a monetary system that has something that you can hold in your hand as a value, right? And somehow cryptocurrency became this fad where people are, they think that because there is this algorithm that makes it this unique entity, the Bitcoin or whatever, that it is then something of value. But the problem is it still isn't something you can physically hold in your hand. It still isn't something real.
Right.
And like we were talking about a few minutes ago, as I read, and I'll try to find the link and I'll post it in the description, half the value or almost half the value of the Bitcoin that's out there is in accounts that are no longer accessible because the person's either dead or they lost the password and nobody's getting into that account anymore. So it's not like where there's like a vault full of gold somewhere where someone lost the password to it, because you can break into that and eventually recover that gold and be able to hold it in your hand again. Nobody's ever going to be able to get those cryptocurrencies again. Those accounts are for all intents and purposes, but they're adding to the value of what's out there.
Right. Yeah. And I remember reading a story. It's probably over 10 years ago. This young man had some hard drives, I guess, that he had taken out of different computers. And he had a lot of, Bitcoin stored on a Bitcoin wallet stored on these hard drives. Well, I guess someone came along and tossed the hard drives. And so he was unable to locate the hard drives in the local landfill. And he had, those Bitcoins now, and this was way before they were even $1,000 per Bitcoin. So you're talking, this guy would probably have, I'd say, high triple millions, if not $1 billion.
Wow.
Yeah. Back in the day, I want to say it was like over 100 million. And the price of Bitcoins have gone through the roof since then. So yeah, I can see that at least being, the high, upper millions, if not $1 billion plus.
So what are your thoughts on the idea of cryptocurrencies and their value, and the potential to replace real, quote unquote, real money?
I think the potential to replace real money is strong, especially when you consider the younger generations that typically use their phones with Samsung or Apple Pay anyway. While you're still accessing real money, the transaction doesn't incur, you're not handing over any, real tangible cash. It's all moneyless transaction as far as, the currency.
Right.
But the thing that I don't like about this cryptocurrency, and it is to do with the energy requirement to produce one of these cryptocurrencies, whether it be Bitcoin, Ethereum, Doge. It's causing a lot of regular people now pretty much don't produce Bitcoins. It's all these big crypto farms.
Yes.
And so that I don't like that. And then the other thing that I don't like is now you have people that are creating these NFTs or non-fungible tokens.
Non-fungible tokens.
Yeah. So that is even, just as significant of an energy drain. And a lot of people are getting into those.
What is a non-fungible token?
So it's pretty much like you take a piece of a picture or something else, and then you pretty much apply, just like a blockchain, you put it in this equation, and it kind of like
using the same kind of blockchain algorithm.
Right. And it changes it to something else or whatever.
As I understood it, when I read the description, it says it's a way to digitally sign like a piece of digital property. The way I understood it, and correct me if I'm wrong, is it is a way to verify, make sure that some piece of digital, like a video or a picture, is real.
Right. Well, right. But listen, why would you have to pay? Why would anyone pay hundreds of thousands of dollars or millions for something that is, has a blockchain asset on it?
To prove that it's, I mean, like, if someone could say to you, like, I have the original video of, Kennedy's assassination or something, and it's like they could prove it was like the original by digitally signing it. Now, granted, it would have to be something more recent, but the point is, if it was some video of a momentous occasion, obviously something more recent. But yeah, I mean, you would probably pay for,
no, I'm not paying anything. And this is just
collectors probably would.
Okay. This is a guy, we talked prior to we started recording. I have some Dogecoin. I have a very, insignificant amount of Bitcoin that, right, it's not going to make, me tens of thousands of dollars. Right. I'm not paying hundreds of thousands or millions for something like that. I'm sorry. It's a digital image. Okay, great.
All right. So the one example that I can think of is there was a girl who, there's a meme of a girl standing in front of a house.
Fire. Yeah, control burn fire.
Yeah, and she's smiling back at the camera, and it turned into a meme.
Yep.
And she actually sold that, but she was able to turn it into an NFT to verify to people that it is legitimate, that it's real, that it's really her video, the original video.
Right.
Or, image. So that way she was able to sell it at an auction house, and enough to pay for her own college and everything. And,
and right. I applaud that she was able to do that. I'm just saying, me personally, I don't care how much money I have. I'm not spending that money on something like that. That is just not worth it to me.
Right.
It's not. Now, I may just be of a different mindset and generation, but the authenticity or the originality of a digital image, it bears no weight with me. Now, if you want to talk about a comic book,
what do you mean? You're saying like a digital image might not be authentic?
No,
like
I'm saying
on the
that
screen might not be.
No, I'm saying that I don't place that much importance on the, I don't care if it's the original, disaster girl meme image. I don't need to own that. I don't care.
No, but like if let's say you have a picture that you took that is worth money because it turns out it's, it's worth like $1 million.
Then right. I
all you gotta do is go get it signed so that people know it.
I'll sell it. I'm just saying that if someone turns around, hey man, I got an original picture of you as a 6-month-old, and it's an NFT, it's the original image. Will you buy this for $1 million? No.
Look, man, that picture, I was young, I needed the money.
No, I'm not buying it. Now, if somebody else wants to buy it, they have at it. I'm just saying that to me, a digital image, I just don't place that much importance on it. Matter of fact, I have a hard drive here that I'm actually looking for an image of someone for a Mother's Day celebration. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't place that much importance on these digital images.
Right.
Like
I get you don't, but like you understand that some people do, right?
no, right. I mean, they're paying hundreds of thousands of dollars for them.
Right. I mean, so, but like, what do you think of the idea of using this technology to verify that that's legitimate? Is that, I mean, I personally am of the opinion that it is a legitimate way to verify that a digital image or whatever is legitimate.
Well, again, the thing that I don't like is that the amount of energy that is required to authenticate these images. That's what I have a problem with.
Right. So, I mean, what about in the world of like deep fake videos and all that, where it's becoming easier and easier to fake?
Well, why can't? Okay. Well, why can't someone put an NFT on one of those? Yeah, it's
I don't know. Can you? I mean, I guess that's the whole thing.
Right. I mean, it's an authentic video. Mm-hmm. You know, why can't you put an NFT on that? I mean, yes, it's a fake. It's fake, but you can still, you know, I've authenticated a fake video. I mean, yeah, there's a, you know, the original video. Someone takes the original video, because you don't have to actually have the digital, like, you know, I like downloaded the image or whatever, or the video.
I mean, it is like some of these things that I'm reading about NFTs is like, have you heard about this Crypto-kitties?
No.
So I'll include this in the chat, but apparently somebody created a bunch of, it's basically like Pokemon cards, but they used the Ethereum blockchain to do it. And so it's kind of like in a collector's card, you can guarantee each one is unique. Yeah, I don't know. So people have spent over $1.3 million on these things.
Well, so far. Okay. And I mean, you know, listen, you know, as we talked,
I mean, these people basically created an asset out of thin air using that.
If I would have jumped on the Bitcoin bandwagon early in the day, and I'm talking about early 2000s, you know, mid 2000s, and, you know, maybe if I had like, you know, 4 or 5 Bitcoins valued at you know, $55,000 per Bitcoin, then maybe I would say like, okay, yeah, I'll spend, you know, $100,000 on something that, you know, I got this asset now.
Dude, I am scared of these things now. I sincerely hope my daughter does not find out about these things.
Dude, I'm sorry. Trust me, your daughter will not be able to afford those without either selling her own NFT or something like that. It's so out of the realm of the ordinary person now. I mean, even if I, you know, booted up my home theater PC or set it aside to produce Bitcoin, the energy costs for me personally, having that thing run so often and so long, you know, my wife would be looking at me like, hey, you know what our energy bill jumped up to? And I don't even have a full Bitcoin.
Oh, wow. Apparently, Saturday Night Live recently did a skit about what the hell is an NFT.
Yeah, you're gonna have to post a link to that.
You want to see it? It's 3 minutes long.
Yeah. How long is it?
3 minutes.
Okay.
Here. Let me see. Can you see it?
I can.
I think I'm actually leaning towards your argument after seeing that.
Yeah, you know, and to me, and I don't know if this is true, but the problem with these cryptocurrencies and these NFTs now is they're part of the blockchain. So the more that things are added to the blockchain, that's what's creating the you know, more CPU processing power,
right,
to keep up with everything that's added to this blockchain. So the more that are created, the more it's going to, you know, create more of an energy crisis.
Yeah. I remember seeing a video that somebody had made recently about a design that they had for a home heating unit that was basically a collection of GPUs running in tandem, running basically a Bitcoin mining server. That it looked like an old-timey, like well, not an old-timey, it actually looked like a space heater in your home, but it was glowing because of all the cards and everything in it.
Right.
But it generated enough heat to heat an apartment.
Right.
So they were using it, they just put fans under it, and then they were using it to generate Bitcoins and heat their apartment.
Yeah. 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 I really do think, man, that something is going to have to be done about this, bro. We either gonna have to, come up with better energy production to create these, or some other way of doing it, because
It
I
does
don't
seem
see
like
how
a
this.
waste of resources.
Right. I do. I just posted an article or whatever that details, the problem with this.
NFT energy consumption. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is an interesting point. That is a good point. Geez, that makes me want to get solar.
Yeah. I mean, because I was reading an article about an artist that had actually created a NFT, but once they realized, because they were also a big conservationist, and once they realized how much energy is required to create those, they're like, oh no, like I won't be doing this anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can actually see this is one of those things where technology's gotten ahead of legislation.
Right.
And that Washington's probably going to be struggling to come up with a way to regulate these things.
Yeah. Hey, give me 1 second, man. I'm about to run out of juice. I got to plug in.
Meantime, let me slip into my, let me see here. We have the, oh, here, look, a de-aging. Look at that. Younger me.
Here we go. Who was that supposed to be? Simba?
It's a de-aging thing. It's younger me. I guess this actually is Simba, isn't
it? It looks like it.
Are you threatening me?
No.
And Simba can be scary.
Yeah. So, hey, do you have any investments in any cryptocurrency?
I'll be honest, I had a couple of Bitcoins back in the day, and I honestly lost my account information for my BitLocker back in.
Oh, so you're part of the problem, man.
Yeah, it absolutely is. It was. It's one of those problems too, when it was a little bit ahead of the time, right? Because this was in the age before good password managers were out. And trying to have secure passwords back then was a nightmare, because I couldn't remember my damn passwords.
Yeah. And right, that's terrible, man.
Yeah.
That's terrible. Yeah. I hear you, man. How many Bitcoins do you think you had?
Oh, it's probably 2.
Oh my God, dude, that'd be over $100,000 now.
Yeah, it would. I'm just gonna have to keep working.
Yeah, join the club, man. Join the club.
Unfortunately, I mean, there's so many opportunities like that, right? Like I look back now and it's like, oh, I could have invested in Apple back in the day when they were, I remember having a friend of mine back in the 90s who was telling me, buy Apple, buy tons of Apple, and he did. And the last thing I heard from that guy is he retired. Like,
oh, yeah. I wish somebody would have told me that, man. Someone would have told me that.
Well, I wish I would have listened. I need to develop my time machine so I can go back and tell myself.
It would be nice, bro. It would be nice.
Yeah. The problem is it requires all this energy consumption.
Well, yeah.
Taking it all up.
Hey, you'd only have to use it one time, man, to go back in time.
I come up with the patent and making an NFT. then I'll sell it.
Yeah. So let me ask you, would you want to buy something that was, an NFT? Would you like, what kind of image would, cause you to come out the pocket, for something like that?
I don't know. I guess, it is one of those things. If I had the spare money and there was an image that I thought would have made like a great photo or poster or something like that, and I wanted to know that it was unique, I might pay a little extra. I mean, that's the whole thing. Is some of these things are crazy, but I might be willing to pay a little extra to guarantee that it's an original image.
So, I mean,
Problem is, in this day and age, that is worth very little, because even though I would have this receipt, so to speak, to say that it's an original image, someone could just as easily take a screen capture of that thing, and now they have a copy of it, and it's no longer it's just so easy to copy things these days. Even if you have something digitally signed, somebody could take that thing and still use it and alternate it. It doesn't really
because most people aren't looking for the certificate of authenticity on these images. They don't care about it being the original or authentic. They just care that, hey, I can take it, maybe I'll put my own words on the image or whatever and use it for my own ends.
Right.
Now, if it was something where these NFTs could, prevent people from copying the image, but I don't see how you could do that with a lot of these, like snippet and screen capture programs. Where all I need to do is have it on my screen, and then I can copy it that way. I don't need to like download it or anything like that.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. I think these things are here to stay. I don't think they're going away. I think that they will be reformed over time through legislation so that they're not done so frivolously.
Well, but how do you legislate what's already out there? I mean, if the blockchain is already so big, I mean, think about, we've had video card shortages in the past because people were buying so many video cards to produce Bitcoins.
Yeah. Yeah. They're still super expensive today.
Right.
Yeah. I was pricing out a new PC recently, and video cards are still expensive, more expensive than they were pre-Bitcoin.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it has to do with a lot of these NFTs, in order to do the Ethereum blockchain and all these kinds of things, those, it just turns out that those things run better on a GPU.
Right.
That a graphics processing unit is better than a traditional like Intel CPU for that type of function. So that's why those things suddenly became, it used to be that they weren't making that many of them because they were only specialty. Like it was something that gamers bought.
Right.
And so they didn't make that many of them. And that's kind of the reason that, suddenly they were more widely in demand, and they weren't making that many of them. So they became really expensive. We'll see what happens. Hopefully they ramp up production, because I think the thing is that this type of technology is probably here to stay.
Yeah, I think that's a problem, man. I really do. I mean, I really hate to see what it's going to be like in 10 years, because it's already jumped leaps and bounds in the past 10 years.
Yeah, it really has. Like you mentioned, like the price of Bitcoin alone is reflective of that.
Oh man. I mean, seriously, $1,000. I really had trouble justifying buying a Bitcoin at $1,000 back in the day. Now it's 55,000.
Yeah. And I mean, if I had put my life savings in it back then
dude, yeah.
I have enough money to like go out to eat.
I hear you. I hear you. Well, hey, if anyone has any, questions or thoughts on this Bitcoin or Ethereum,
please,
or
no sales pitches. We don't want to buy your custom crypto.
No, we don't want to buy anything, but go ahead, leave a comment, maybe spark a discussion with your fellow viewers, and we'll respond. But you know what my thoughts are on it, man. I'm looking at it from a energy usage perspective.
Yeah, I am skeptical, but at the same time, I believe in hope for the best, but plan for the worst. So while I really hope that they do find a way around the energy consumption problem, I probably will induce some more looking into investing in these things, because I mean, I used to make memes for fun, and now it turns out, hey, maybe I can sell them.
Oh yeah, if you can make one with an original image now.
Well, I mean, that some of those pictures they were showing on there, it's not an original image. They just took like photoshopped images, put Justin Bieber's face in a car and sold it for, as art.
Well, right, but they actually created that.
Right. I mean, yeah,
Yes.
I could, create. I've done that kind of thing before. I have pictures of me giving George Bush a tour of the White House. They're not really real. They were pretty much from a Photoshop class.
Right. Well, hey, do it, man. And maybe you'll sell one of these pieces of NFTs for a couple $1,000s or more.
Yeah, really. Hey, I got a new career. I'm gonna leave my job and just for a living.
Right. I sold 5 NFTs or whatever, and I've made almost $1 million.
I'm going on vacation.
Yeah, it would be nice, man. Yeah, let me know how it works out.
Yeah, right. All right, we'll do a follow-up episode later, and I'll let you know.
Okay. Yes, sir.
All right, man. This has been great.
Right. Yes, sir. It has been, and I enjoyed the new look, man. You look outstanding.
Thank you. Yeah, the operation was a success. My daughter apparently told me this is a fur identity.
Thanks. The fur identity. Well, you're gonna have to, give that identity a name.
Yeah, you can customize these characters too, and come up with like a custom avatar. I was thinking I might play around with that.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Let's see how that works out.
I just don't know if I want to do cute or scary. Rocket Rick, like a nice balance between the two, right? Like,
yeah. Well, maybe the viewers will let us know in the comments.
Yeah, exactly. All right, man.
All right.
I'll let you do the sign out.
All right. Thanks for viewing. Like and subscribe. And this is Intellicide, and we will see you all later. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.